Hey, what's going on everyone, and welcome to another tutorial. Today we are going to talk about ACES and how to improve your renders with just a few steps. So first of all, I would just like to say that ACES is probably one of the most important tools to have in your workspace. It's used in Redshift, it's used in Octane, and it's also used in After Effects as well. And part of the reason why I want to put this tutorial together is because of how powerful ACES is and just the type of results that you can get from ACES itself. So for those of you who don't know what ACES is basically a workspace that gets you realistic film, and it makes colors so much easier to manage at every level of your production. So the reason why I'm making this short tutorial is to show you the incredible results of ACES and how it can make your renders look phenomenal. So let's dive in and kind of show you how to put this together. But before we do that, I just want to show you an example between ACES and just regular default Octane. So right now, I'm at the OCIO channel, which I'm using ACES at the moment. But if I turn this to LDR, you can see a huge difference. And there's a lot of highlights going on. It's very exposed. But if I turn this to OCIO, like, the lighting just looks phenomenal. It looks realistic. It has that film look. And overall, it just makes the render look great. And that's why I was so excited to put this video together, because I know how useful this is going to help everyone out, especially with their renders. Alright, so now that you guys got an idea of how ACES works, now it is time to actually installing it and using it as part of your workflow. So I'm at GitHub right now. I'm also going to provide a link for you guys so that you guys can follow along. And it's a pretty easy installation, so it's not going to really take that long. So all we really need to do is we're going to download the code and download zip. Now, I also want to show you guys the different versions that we currently have here. So right now I am currently using the ACES 1.2. It is 14 months old, but that's okay. It still works great. And I think any of the other ACES works fine as well. So I'm going to wait for you guys to install your ACES, and then we're going to go and basically put it into its right place. Okay, so now that you guys got ACES, you're going to get a zip folder called OpenColor.io. Now, we're going to go and open it, and one thing we're going to do is we're going to extract it to my SSD, and then we're going to go to Cinema 4D, and then the folder that I named it was 3D Resources, and I called it ACES. So as long as you guys can put it somewhere where you guys can find it, that's all that matters. So I have two versions currently. I have ACES 1.2 and ACES 1.03. So you guys can do that, and then once we pretty much put it into a folder, then we can go to Cinema 4D and pretty much activate it and start using it. Okay, so now I have Cinema 4D opened up, and now I'm going to show you how you guys can install ACES and make it really easy for you so that you guys can get started right away. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to our Octane settings, and we're going to go to our settings over here, color management, and then as you can see here, you can see that my folder is in the 3D resources ACES 1.2. So just to show you how this works, so basically you click on the config.ocio, and then once you do that, automatically it's going to put it on automatic recommended. So either way, it's still the same, but if you want to turn it off and you want to select others, you can select others, but I find ACES 2065-1 works best for me. So once you guys do that, we're going to go to Camera Imager, and then we're going to go to OCIO. And over here, it would be something different like none sRGB. What we're going to do is we're going to change it to ACES sRGB. And I'm not really going to mess with anything over here. Everything is fine. So, okay, cool. So now that you got that we put everything together, now we can go from LDR to OCIO, and now your renders are going to look completely different, and it's going to really impact your work. Now, one thing I want to kind of show you guys is, okay, well, now I made my render. It looks amazing. How do I get it to render the way it looks currently? Now, I've been having a little bit of a problem by choosing certain options, but I figured it out, and so I'm going to show you guys how to do it. So we're going to go to render settings over here, and I'm going to change it to OpenEXR at the moment. I'm going to explain why. And we're going to go to Octane render, and as you could see here, this is where we pretty much mess with everything. So if you want to get this exact same image, I would go to LDR 8-bit, then go to OCIO color picking output, and select basically color picking output sRGB. Now, once you press render, then it's going to look like this. But for example, let's say if you choose something different. So if you go to ACES CG and you render it out, I guess I could do it just for the sake of the video. So when you do this, it is going to look weird. And I've been trying to figure out how to get it to look the way, like how to make it look a certain way. So see, you're getting all this pixel. Now, if I also increase it to, let's say, HDR 32-bit, because the thing is, in order for ACES to work properly, we need to make it into an EXR. And if you're compositing it in After Effects or Photoshop, both will work just fine, just as long as it's an EXR file. So as you could see, by changing it to ACES SG, you could see that it just looks really off. It's very desaturated. There's like less exposure. It just doesn't even look like this. And that's what I've been trying to kind of figure out. But now I figured it out. But I just want to show you ACES 2065-1 because technically that is the output that we're currently using. And if I render this real quick, that's also going to look like it's not going to come out the way you want it. So like I said, I've done a lot of testing, and see, so it looks even worse, I think. Yeah, so this is what I pretty much did. So in order to get that effect, I go to LDR and then go to OCIO color picking output, then select color picking, and I think that's about it. And if you want, you can go to 16-bit channel, which I think will make it easier to work around in Photoshop if you want to use camera raw filter, or you can make a 32-bit channel and you can switch it in Photoshop. It's really up to you, but just to kind of show you guys what it looks, so I'm going to press yes, and so you will see that you will get the same exact result. Yep, see, so now it looks pretty good. I'm very happy with this result. And so that's pretty much it. I just want to say thank you guys so much for supporting this channel, and I'm really happy that you guys are getting something out of these videos that I'm putting out here, and I hope you guys learned something from this, and I really do hope that your renders come out awesome, and I'm pretty sure it does because ACES is a phenomenal workspace to use. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video. I'm working on something big right now, but I do look forward to putting it out very soon. Thank you and take care.